Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Shook Unscripted, and I am super excited for today's video. First, we're going to go ahead and start off by doing a Chantopolis world update between the diet meals and her supposedly going back to Canada. We'll get to that. She has been making quite the fool out of herself lately. I think it's safe to say that. So I will give you guys all the rundown, all the drama, all the mess, all the rumor and speculation that we have missed recently while I was away. And then we're going to be talking about the most ridiculous thing that I have seen in a while. And that is, of course, Destiny calling Amber Lynn on a live stream. It was a complete mess. And then we'll also discuss a little bit Amber Lynn's weight loss surgery, dreams dying, and then her recent diet videos. She's been pumping out the daily vlogs lately, which I wasn't expecting, but here we are, a lot of eating. We'll get to it. Now that I can film in my car with my microphone, maybe we'll do more videos like this. The audio quality is just key when it comes to these types of videos, at least in my opinion. For today, I kind of want to wrap things up with a video, so I will not be doing a live stream tonight, although I will be doing a live stream sometime this week. I will let you guys know. All that and more coming up on today's edition of Shook Unscripted. Let's just get right into it. Shall we? All right, so let's go ahead and start off with our Chantopolis world update. Last we have seen, she was going back to Canada to sue FFG or press charges or something about the cat. Most people thought that it was completely ridiculous, and again, that she was just making a fool out of herself with this whole situation. She gave the cats away. After she gave them away, pretty much that person had the right to do what they wanted with the cat. That's just my opinion. I don't see that really going anywhere. And that's that. I don't really want to talk about the cats anymore at all. And I know that you guys are done with the cat situation. Applebee's. So most recently on our live stream, we talked about her Applebee's mukbang. In the thumbnail, she said that she was going to be going to France. That was her trip that she's taking with Salah. And she did talk a little bit about being a good Muslim and what that means to her. I did see on the Piggy channel, they did a little bit of an update on Pete's. He was doing a McDonald's mukbang on one of his live streams, and he talked about how he misses Chantal. Meanwhile, she's saying she's never going to speak to him, like literally ever again. His situation is pretty bleak, especially on YouTube. Well, actually, not even just on YouTube, like in general, his life is pretty bleak. He's living above an old married couple right now and hating his life because he's stuck in Cornwall, that city that he didn't think that he would ever get out of, but he managed to with Chantal's help. Recently, Chantal did a live stream in her kitchen, and this was a really, really good screenshot video, if you guys know what I mean. She was farting. It was an interesting look into her day-to-day life, and it felt like this was the real Chantal. Like the real Chantal had come back for a little bit just to say hi, and then she scurried off, and we got more pre-recorded mukbangs, right? Because a lot of people have been thinking that she's put on this fake persona for Salah. What's going on there? She didn't want to be her authentic self with Salah because her authentic self is well, she followed that up with an Afghani food, Bukhari rice, and mutton mukbang. I feel like her audience and even her are having a little bit of mukbang fatigue. I mean, how many times has she eaten this specific meal with the rice and the meat on top? She even admits in the video that she has eaten this so many times, but she's going to show what she does in her day-to-day life, and that's that. It was pretty much a mountain of rice. She mentions reaction channels and the blackout that people were going to do when she got her cat Julia, but she's not going to listen to reaction channels. How many times have we heard this before? This is just who Chantal is. She's going to do what she wants regardless of what the reaction reaction channels say. And to be honest, it would be boring if she just did everything that the reaction channels told her to do and she was, prim and proper and her diet was going perfectly. Yawn, keep eating, keep gaining. Things are starting to get interesting. So she mentions in the video that she's actually not going to be going back to Canada. And one of the reasons is the temptations. There's the gummies. People were thinking maybe she would be tempted to hop into bed with Natter and Dee Dee. I don't know about that. I think that she would take him back, but I don't think that she's going to be hanging around Dee Dee anytime soon. She also said she doesn't want to leave her pets in regards to going back to Canada. Of course, she had no problem leaving her previous pets of many years. She's also starting a meal plan. In Kuwait, they have all kind of diet meal plans that you can do. I do think that this is pretty simple. I mean, all that she has to do is eat the food. How can she really mess this up? But it's Chantal we're talking about, so of course she can mess it up. After that, she did a Raising Cane's mukbang. I absolutely love Raising Cane's. I might get that today. There's one not too far away from here, and I can't get it where I live. There is no Raising Cane's. But I was thinking while I was watching this video that she's wasting money. What's going on with the meal plan? If she's going to sit down and eat Raising Cane's, what is the point of doing the meal plan? Because it's just going to cancel each other out. If she's having this many calories of junk food, what's the point? But she's going to be starting the meal plan Monday. So this is like another last hurrah. I feel like most of the videos she has put out recently are a quote unquote last hurrah. And people were speculating that this new diet might not last that long because there's a holiday this week, Eid al-Adha. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Happens on Thursday. So is she going to be with family and friends, eating takeout, eating a lot of home-cooked meals, or whatever it may be, calorie-dense food? So maybe she'll just put it off until the holiday weekend is over next week, right? Let's just keep pushing it, keep pushing it. They're going to be traveling pretty soon, so she's starting to run out of time. She also says in the video that that is all she ate that day. Nobody is really buying that. She's sitting there talking about nutrition and diets while eating junk food, really. Raising Cane's, it's good, but it's junk food. It just comes across as absolutely ridiculous. And she's going to be playing The Sims 4 on Salah's channel, but alone. I only bring this up, I know what you're thinking, boring, but I only bring this up because why she's going to be on his channel playing alone. Like, that doesn't really make sense. And then she talks about, I think, going to fat camp when she was younger. Was it fat camp or was it just a regular camp? Foodie Beauty follows that up with a video called Driving for the First Time in a Foreign Country, and that video was exactly what it sounds like. I do think that filming is an added stress that I wouldn't put on myself if I'm driving for the first time in a certain area, but she's conquering her anxiety. She has anxiety about living in an apartment building with multiple floors and, of course, driving in Kuwait. Like, I think anybody would have a little bit of anxiety about driving in Kuwait unless you're used to doing that every single day. Things are just different, right? It was kind of like a daily vlog. She goes to Starbucks, whatever. She had to go home because she misses Salah. Yeah, right. She misses him, being away from him for a couple of hours. It went okay. She can get out of the house when she wants to now, but she prefers to be a passenger princess and just let Salah drive. So what is next for Foodie on her channel? I know for a while there, people were really over it because of the incessant talk about the cat situation. It was the same thing over and over again. And now she's doing the mukbangs, and supposedly she's going to be starting a diet this week and then eventually traveling with Salah around the country. The pets are going to be staying with Salah's family. I know a lot of people had questions about that. So expect some travel vlogs. I think she's in for a rude awakening when people would rather watch her stuff her face than walk around Paris. And you know why that is? It's because if you want to watch a Paris vlog, there's so many better vlogs out there that give you a brilliant glimpse into the city and what to do. It's just not what Foodie Beauty is known for, right? It'll be interesting to see where she goes from here. But the way that she is eating and the amount of seriousness she is putting into this quote unquote diet, the outlook doesn't look so good. Hello. Hi. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and start off this segment by talking about Amber Lynn's most latest video. This one was called Everything I Ate Today at 500 Pounds, Cook With Me and New Air Fryer. Amber Lynn's views have been pretty low, like really low for a channel of her size. I mean, she gets about the same views, or she's getting about the same views as my channel does, and I only have about a quarter of the subscribers. I've been enjoying the latest vlogs, but people just don't want to watch her content on her channel. So this video was day 3 of her new lifestyle. She's doing fasting. She's doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting. And she said that she had 1,800 calories the day before. I just wonder if this is sustainable for her. I was thinking maybe she would do well at like 2,300, 2,400, but she weighed in herself the day before and she says that she gained 0.6 pounds after doing this diet for a couple of days. So do you guys think that this is all a lie, or she should be doing weekly weigh-ins instead of every day, because you just don't always get that progress with the everyday weigh-ins if you haven't had like a bowel movement or something like that. The math just is not mathing for me, because what she's doing seems to be good. She has a plate full of fruits and veggies. It's a lot of food, but it's relatively low calorie, which I think is the way to go for her because she doesn't want to be hungry. She needs to fill up. I noticed that she's doing a lot of eating in the thumbnails. Like she always does that thumbnail where she's mid-bite. I think I've done that before as like a joke. Does this mean maybe she's going to be doing mukbangs in the future? I mean, her views are so low, and she's always said that if she wanted to make money, if she was hurting for money, she would just go ahead and do the mukbangs. So maybe she's trying to ease us into that, because a lot of this video is what she likes to call a taste test. She makes some steak and potatoes, and then wifey's hand makes an appearance, and they watch a movie where wifey actually ends up falling asleep. I wonder if Amber is putting her to work, taking care of her and the apartment. She then makes a breakfast sandwich. That's her last meal of the day. So let's move on to this major drama. Yesterday, Destiny went live 3 times, but the most important live stream was the one where she calls Amber Lynn. Yeah, people have been asking for this over and over again. Let's have them get together on a live stream or whatever and just talk it out, guys. But I don't think that things came to a peaceful resolution. I mean, this was extremely catty. Destiny says that she's been thinking about doing YouTube for a while. It wasn't just to expose Amber Lynn, despite what people may say. And she actually got a new laptop specifically for YouTube. I only bring this up because I want to ask you guys, will you watch? Should I cover Destiny? Do you guys care about her life? And will you watch her vlogs with her new partner, or are you just here for a little bit of drama from Destiny? Destiny says that lately she has been talking to the Baxter, Becky Williams, kind of good, kind of bad, and she may come back to YouTube and tell her side of the story. People have been waiting for that for years. I would love, love, love to hear Becky's side of the story. She's my favorite side character. Her vlogs were just not the tea because she did a lot of focus on what she was doing and not herself. People were not interested in her channel because the content wasn't about Becky. People wanted to hear from Becky and how she was doing. Destiny admits, because I know this was a point of contention in the past about Amber Lynn's personality on the live stream, is that the real Amber Lynn, the bratty Amber Lynn that we see on the live streams? Well, Destiny says that yes, the bratty Amber Lynn, the catty Amber that we see on the live live streams, that is the real Amber Lynn, versus Amber just said recently in a vlog that her vlogs are the real Amber Lynn because she has live stream anxiety. Next up, Destiny actually gets on the phone and calls Amber Lynn. And Amber actually picks up. When Amber Lynn asks why Destiny is calling her, she says that it's pretty much just a joke, but then Amber claps back with, "It's not funny if I'm your abuser." They talk about the Code Red incident, which was when Amber threw a bottle of Code Red at Destiny during a fight, and Amber said that it was probably a dream. She thinks that Destiny kind of made this up in her head, like it was some kind of delusion. I mean, it was very specific, a Code Red bottle, so that makes me think that this did actually happen, and maybe Amber just blacked it out or forgot it. But Amber accuses Destiny of being money hungry and offers her a therapist. She was being very condescending and rude. Amber calls Destiny a bad person and that everyone is supporting her, while Destiny says that people were just calling her fat. Not everyone is on her side, which is true. Not everybody is on Destiny's side here. Destiny accuses Amber Lynn of being very manipulative, to which Amber replies that her mental illness is what makes her manipulative. I just don't appreciate people using their mental illness as an excuse. But what do you guys think about this situation? Sure, I mean, there are mental illnesses that can cause these things. I mean, mental illness is the reason why some people do some very bad things, but it's not an excuse. You should be working on yourself, right? We know that Amber at that time especially was not putting in any work on herself. She was young and immature and a brat. Here's where I have an issue with Amber Lynn. She exposes Destiny's brother and calls it tea. Now, Amber didn't know that she was being recorded and put on YouTube, but she says that Destiny's brother was addicted to cola, and she mentions it as like tea. I have tea. I have all this tea on your brother. He was addicted to cola. And I just thought, really? That's your idea of tea? Like, since Amber didn't know that it was going to be put out there right then and there, it felt like something that she was holding over Destiny's head, that her brother had these issues, and I thought that was gross. She accuses Destiny and Becky of being in cahoots. They have been talking quite a bit recently. I wouldn't say that they're in cahoots, but I would say that they probably formed a bond going through this situation with Amber Lynn being her girlfriend, and they have that in common and they can talk about that and heal. No, but for real. So Amber says that she wouldn't have said anything about Becky if she knew that they were on a live stream. And then she again accuses Destiny of just doing this all for money. She's not buying that this is a healing process for Destiny. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we do have to realize that people do YouTube for money. But I do think getting this out there and telling her side of the story is healing for her and a way to kind of set the record straight, because Amber has completely ruined her reputation on the internet. When Destiny accuses Amber of doing the same, clapping back using her name in titles of her live streams, right? Amber just says that she was forced to defend herself. I mean, it was like an eye for an eye. And then towards the end of this phone call, the fated phone call, this was one of the most amazing moments in Girl World lately, of course, at least for an old school fan like me, old school fan. Amber says to never contact her again. She's pretty much done with Destiny. I'm surprised that she even picked up in the first place. But Destiny tells her, she reminds her that, Amber contacted her first on Facebook, telling her to keep her mom's name out of her mouth. To which Destiny responds by saying, "Same on you," because Amber's been talking about Destiny's mom as well. Of course, Destiny's mom is not here with us anymore, so she's not able to talk about this. Amber's mom is pretty far disconnected from YouTube, although we have met her when Amber was going through cancer. She reconnected with her mom, and her mom was on YouTube a little bit. And Amber continues to lie about the fact that wifey is the same wifey. We know that. It doesn't even need to really be mentioned anymore. We know wifey's the same wifey. Everybody knows that. And she moved wifey in when she was still living with Becky. I don't know why Amber didn't admit that. We saw it happen. Amber gets a little bit coy when asked about the weight loss surgery. I believe based on the hints that we have seen that the weight loss surgery dreams have gone out the window, and that's pretty much concrete. But Amber says that she will address that, use it for clickbait on one of her videos coming up, I suppose. At the end of the phone call, Amber tells her to stop talking about her. And then our girl came to her community tab. We don't get too many community tab rages. This wasn't a rage, but we don't get that many community tab defenses like this from Amber. That's more of a foodie thing. So I was pleasantly surprised to see this community tab from Amber. Destiny didn't tell me she was going back on live while on the phone with me, which is super deceptive. After she clicked off of live while we were still on the phone, she told me we weren't live anymore, talked a bit in private, and then she never told me that she went back on live again. So I had no idea we were live when I talked about her brother, her dad, and Becky. Just wanted to make that very clear. It was kind of crappy and deceptive because I thought I was talking to her in private off of the live stream because that's what she told me. So what do you guys think about that from Amber? This isn't the first time that we've seen, or I guess heard, from Amber Lynn behind the scenes. There was that voicemail that she left for Becky's mom after she got out of surgery for her cancer, where Amber was being a total, you know, to Becky's mom. And I just feel like we know how Amber can be behind the scenes, and it's not good. Was it a bit deceptive of Destiny to not tell her that they were back on the live stream? Yes, but two things can be true at the same time. Amber did not look good, and, I'm not mad at Destiny for doing this. I think it was great. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. My computer's about to freeze up. It's really hot in the car. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye, guys.